Okay, Internet friends, we are back on the field. Let's hear what's there.
Absolutely, penultimate match of the first half of the third day. We have Eve Engineering versus Intrepid Crossing. You are listening to Verona and Brianna Tempest. And on the field for Eve Engineering, we have 3 Drakes, a Cyclone, a Neros, a Scorpion, and a Raven. Total of 98 points for Eve Engineering.
And for Intrepid Crossing IRC, we have 3 Tengus, a Drake, a Scimitar, and 2 Rooks. The match is underway. You can see a lot of missile spammage from the IRC team. Looks like they're targeting the Scorpion on the Eve Engineering team. He's taking actually heavy shield damage. Looks like the Oneros is there for the armor repping, but it's not really doing too much for the Scorpion.
Yep, Scorpion favorite primary for a lot of old school FCs from back in the day. Formidable ECM ship could put up a really heavy shield tank when it wants to, but not in this case. Betting that one was probably ECM fitted and it's gone down hard. Can see now the Eve Engineering team have turned their well, they're not actually doing very much damage. They look as if they're trying to take the Scimitar of the IRC team down, but Eve Engineering, they're a Neros in trouble. IRC taken to it quite severely.
Yeah, it's a little odd that Eve Engineering has chosen to field an Oneros for their mostly shield tank setup, because they have 3 Drakes, a Cyclone, and a Raven, which I think should be all shield tanked, unless they have some kind of miracle setup where they're all armor tanked. So it's a bit strange that they're bringing Oneros rather than something like a Scimitar or Basilisk. That Oneros is going into deep armor. It doesn't seem to be doing its job very well. So I think it's been jammed by the Rooks on the other team. It's gone now.
Yeah, but it's down and out. He did have 5 medium maintenance bots on him, but just no chance. No chance in hell he was going to survive that. See there as well, the Cyclone of the Eve Engineering team taking an absolute pounding. I think IRC have got this in the bag already. Those Rooks on the field probably giving them a significant advantage. Very formidable ship. We saw how well they did against Star Fraction last weekend. So yeah, they're I think IRC pretty much has them shut down at this point.
One funny thing I noticed about Eve Engineering is that they may be a bit of a newer player base as well. I see a lot of Warrior 1 drones, not the Tech 2 drones that we are normally accustomed to seeing in especially something like Alliance Tournament. So they may be just a bit like our Bitaholics Anonymous, trying to get their foot into the Alliance Tournament and so on. The Drake is starting to take very heavy shield damage. It's going into armor. It's probably going to explode very soon.
We do have the Scimitar from the IRC team, the Intrepid Crossing team, taking heavy shield damage there, but I don't know whether you guys can see on the feed, but he has an absolute swarm of shield maintenance bots around him. He also has some, I believe, what are those there? He has Warrior 1s crowded around him as well, but vastly outnumbered by the shield bots that he has. Oh, and wow. That's interesting. We have just had one of the Drakes. In fact, every one of the Eve Engineering team ships that's left appears to be smart bomb fitted, and has just destroyed pretty much all of the maintenance bots that were around that Scimitar. Smart bomb and Drakes in use quite effectively there, but too little too late for Eve Engineering, I think.
Yeah, it looks like smart bombing Drake and smart bombing Raven as well. He's just firing off his disco balls right now, red and blue, but not doing too much right now. If they had actually done this earlier, I think they might have had better success.
Disco Raven, best Raven, obviously. We can see there one of the remaining Drakes for, well, the remaining Drake for Eve Engineering going down and out. Only the Raven left on the field now and a whole host of capsules. Yep, Eve Engineering pretty much out of the running here. IRC going to take the win, I think, here. It's interesting to see Eve Engineering go out. In fact, they were, of course, the team that were due to field against Goonswarm last week, but with Goonswarm dropping out, Rage came in last minute, and they suffered pretty much the same fate at the hands of Rage. They just got absolutely kicked in the head. So yeah, unfortunate end of the tournament for Eve Engineering.
Yeah, well, I mean, last time they had, I think, 2 Rattlesnakes and then some other mixed battleships, so Dominics or so on. Well, I mean, props to them for putting in a lot of effort. I'm sure they're, like I said, they may be just newer players, may not be as familiar as all the other teams that have poured in billions of ISK into the Alliance tournament. Actually, even IRC is fielding about the same setup as they had before, and it seems like they're having a lot of success as they take that last Raven down to half structure.
Yeah, pretty much seals the deal for IRC. It's a done deal, done and dusted, and well, there we go. All ships for EVE Engineering off the field. IRC hold the field and win the match. Back to Soundwave.
Thank you very much, guys. EVE Engineering looking like a relatively weak team this year, but of course, thanks to them for competing. It's always fun to see some of these teams try out and do their first Alliance tournament. Hopefully, they'll fare better next year. Come back for Hussar Federation versus the Star Fraction. That is in about 15 minutes.